Hello, and welcome back to the living room. This seemed like an appropriate venue for today's video. Today's drawing is the 13th for a series called Inktober, and that's a drawing per day for the month of October. If you'd like more information on that, there's a link in the description below. So I thought I'd do this video from the floor of the living room because today's drawing is actually a copy of Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson. And this is how I was really introduced to his work, was the Sunday comics and the books that I eventually would buy. And I don't know, it seems like whenever I think back to when I read these and I enjoyed the pictures, it was from the floor, you know, maybe a glass of milk and a cookie, believe it or not. So it might seem strange to some of you that I would make a copy of someone else's work, but this is something that's been commonly done throughout history in art. It's a way for individuals to better understand the style and technique of famous artists, and by going through the process of recreating the art, we improve our own skill set. This activity of making copies of art has actually been very helpful for art history, because there are some famous works of art that we do not have because they've either been lost or destroyed. And it's only through the copies that other famous artists have made that we even know about some of these works and the actual layout and design of those works. So in all honesty, the reason I decided to make a copy of the Calvin and Hobbes character was not to understand Bill Watterson's style or technique. It was just for the fun of it. I really, like I said, I enjoyed his comic strip, and I thought, well, it'd be kind of neat to have my own copy. So that's why I did it. But what I didn't expect from the experience was to actually learn something about Bill Watterson's style and technique. And more importantly, I didn't expect to learn something about my own. So I started this drawing the same way I do with most of the drawings for this month. It's with a pencil sketch. My reasoning for this one was it's such an iconic set of characters. I wanted to make sure I had their form and facial characteristics correct. But then I also wanted to be as free with my brushstroke as I could. I really wanted to capture Bill's brushstroke as best I could. And as I started into this, not very long after I started into the actual pen portion of this, I came to a realization that I had seen this technique before. More importantly, I'd done this technique before. And it was a moment of insight I was not expecting from this process. This was supposed to be just a quick, fun drawing, and it really told me a lot more about my own style than I was expecting. I don't know this. It might simply be similarities in the strengths and weaknesses of the tools involved, but I think that Bill Watterson's style of drawing and painting is influenced by the Japanese sumi style of painting. His brushwork and approach to nature are very similar. His use of layout and design seem very similar. What I do know is that Calvin and Hobbes inspired my style more than I realized, which was quite a shock to me. And I think perhaps that's part of the reason why I'm attracted to the sumi style of painting as well, because of the similarities that I already felt were there, but it really hadn't come up to the surface until I did this particular drawing. So I won't say that this is a paradigm shift for me, but it was a surprise. And I know that I'll never look at sumi style paintings or comics the same way again. I also know that I'll never look at my own work the same way after this drawing. So that was quite the lesson to learn from a drawing that was supposed to be a quick, fun drawing just on my day off, as it were. But this whole month has been an experience of exploration and learning that I wasn't expecting. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because I'd like to take you along on this journey. And you know, it's only halfway through the month, so I know there's more to be learned. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share this with your friends, because if you like this, they probably will too. If you have any suggestions or requests for future videos, I'd be happy to hear them. Leave them in the comment section below and I'll be happy to respond, and I'll probably incorporate them into future videos. With that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I appreciate you taking the time to stop by and see how things are going. Have a good one. Goodbye.